What's up, everybody? This is Kyle Rose back at you with another video, and today we got interesting and amazing news coming out for not Sonic the Hedgehog this time, but for Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's been confirmed officially that Avatar: The Last Airbender will not only have the animated series and as well as a movie. So surprise everyone, yes, Avatar is going to have another movie. Hopefully it won't be bad, but not only will Avatar: The Last Airbender have a TV show, it will have a TV show continuing off, I believe, from my knowledge, it will have a TV show continuing off from the original Avatar: The Last Airbender after Ozai. And yes, a lot of things happen after Ozai. And let me tell you something. I've already read all of the comic books and everything like that, so I can tell you without a doubt that whatever's going to happen afterwards is going to be astronomically good, because the comic book version of Avatar: The Last Airbender after Ozai was very, very good for what it was worth. And it's like a lot of things that happened in the comic books did not happen in the TV shows, and there's just so much content that and yes, by the way, this is going to be a spoiler because I cannot express this without spoiling some things. Avatar: The Last Airbender in the comic books has so much to do with Azula, has so much to do with the Water Tribe, going back to the Water Tribe with I believe Tarek and Katara, and all of them going back down there just to see how evolutionary their Water Tribe was or had become, with the evolution of how the northern Water Tribe helped with the southern Water Tribe. And a lot of this with their father having a new girlfriend, and with Katara not appreciating her father's girlfriend, a lot of this has to do with the evolution of the Water Tribe and the conflict between Katara and Sokka. Now the thing about it is that when it comes to the Avatar show was one of the best shows of all time. We already do this, but a lot of the show does not tell you what happened after Ozai, which everybody wanted to know. And quite frankly, everybody wants to know still what happens even after Ozai, well after Ozai, after Azula, and how she made her new occult and shit like that, just to piss off Zuko and then try to change Zuko for the future. Because as we know in the comic books, Azula has finally been dethroned, and she has accepted her fate as a normal person. She's not the queen of the Fire Nation or anything like that, but instead she wants to manipulate Zuko in his quest to as the king of the Fire Nation, to become who he was in the time of when they was in their 20s. I believe it was in their 20s. So when Azula was manipulating Zuko after everything, because she's been manipulated by Ozai, and it's just a shame how her character has devolved. But at the same time, it's also amazing how evolutionary Azula's character is in the sense of character development. In the sense of character development, Azula has been one of the greatest, in my opinion, villains of Avatar: The Last Airbender. A lot of people can relate to her to some level. Comes to having a lot of trauma and lower childhood trauma or anything like that. You can completely relate to Azula. She's almost schizophrenic. And if you watch or if you read the comic books, you will notice that Azula actually releases all of her pent up emotions with Ursa. So you would then see Ursa, and I cannot wait to see reunification, or the unification of Ursa and Zuko, and also Azula to some extent, and seeing seeing Zuko's younger sister that was from Ursa and her newer husband. It's so many things that has been put into Avatar: The Last Airbender TV show that it just cannot be explained without just talking about it in such a cohesive, in a cohesive discussion. For this to be put into a TV show, I'm expecting fillers. Now, when it comes to fillers, the fillers in Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm assuming is going to be somewhat of an amazing ride. Like, think about it like this, because back in the day when we had Avatar The Last Airbender, the original, a lot of the quote-unquote filler shows were actually good. If we assuming that since this is going to be a direct adaptation, like how a manga is to an anime, or how an anime is to a manga, whatever, how animes are when it comes to, you know, following the manga adaptation, I'm assuming that it's going to be just like that. And with that being said, a lot of the fillers is going to be absolutely good, because whatever fillers that's going to be in there is going to have time and care put into it. Now, what do I mean by that? Because we already have a lot of content from Avatar: The Last Airbender. We already have so much content throughout the past 10 years or decades of just content from the comic books of Avatar, that there's absolutely no reason why the animators and Netflix animations would just go make a filler episode without a reason to make a filler episode, without any time put into it. Also, the writers of Avatar is going to be put into the show again. So, like, there's so much content, and when it comes to the movie, I'm not really expecting much from the movie. But honestly, when it comes from like how they're going to make the movie, I'm assuming that it's going to be a complete reboot from the original Avatar. And if it is a continuation from the original Avatar movie, I'm just going to assume that they're going to recast everybody. I hope to God that they recast everybody and that they continue off, or it's going to either be like not a continuation of the original, but also like a continuation to book 2 from book 1. So what I'm saying is that if they're making an Avatar movie, since an Avatar movie has already been made for book 1, they could just go on to book 2, but book 2 doesn't have to be a quote-unquote canon continuation to the original movie of the first Avatar: Last Airbender. It doesn't have to be, and I will be happy with that. I would prefer the third option, because, you know, we've already seen book 1 of the movie and how they interpreted that, and that was bad, unfortunately. But, you know, we already know what book 1 is about, so we can just go into book 2. I really want to see Azula, and that's low-key one of the reasons why I want, you know, just book 2 be thrown out there, because we already know what book 1 is. We've seen what book 2 could have been with the first movie. We all know that the first movie's trash. It's not even about that. It's about just like recasting and putting new characters out there in the spotlight for them to shine, and new actors to, you know, reinterpret the characters for the most accurate depiction of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So this is the video. If you like this video, please follow me and check out all my other videos. I have made a lot of Sonic content, but I will also make a lot more Avatar: The Last Airbender content. And yes, that is it. I will talk to you guys later. This is Kai Rose signing out, and peace.